The White Lotus isn't just about luxury, scandal, and shocking twists. It's also about money and a surprising pay controversy. In this video, we're breaking down how the cast of this hit HBO series all got paid the same, and why that might not be the good news it seems. The White Lotus is an HBO series created by Mike White that started as a limited series and became a massive hit, expanding into an anthology. Each season is set in a different luxury resort, following the lives of wealthy, often troubled guests and the hotel staff who serve them. The show is known for its dark humor, shocking twists, and social commentary. It all started with an interview in The Hollywood Reporter, where the cast and crew of The White Lotus spilled all kinds of behind-the-scenes gossip, from on-set drama to insider secrets, but the real headline? The pay. According to the show's producers, every series regular on The White Lotus earns the same amount, roughly $40,000 per episode. But this isn't just a feel-good story about fairness. In fact, it sparked a heated debate. Producer David Bernard explained the system. Everyone is treated the same on The White Lotus. They get paid the same, and we do alphabetical billing. It's a system we developed in the first season because there was no money to make the show. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Woody Harrelson was initially set to join the show, but even he couldn't negotiate a higher salary, despite going directly to Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav. He eventually dropped out due to scheduling conflicts. In many shows, actors might accept a lower offer if they believe the show will become a hit, knowing they can renegotiate for higher pay in future seasons. But The White Lotus is different. It's an anthology, meaning each season has a completely new cast and story. For the actors, this means they have one chance to make money, with no option to renegotiate.
If I'm not a success, then I'm nothing. And I can't handle being nothing.
And it's not just about the pay. The third season of The White Lotus was filmed in Thailand, with production lasting around 8 months. For the actors, this meant leaving their families behind and clearing nearly a year from their schedules, all for $40,000 per episode.
You want to live in Taiwan?
It's a big commitment, and many feel they deserve better compensation. Interestingly, while some actors might not make much from the show, they can still use the exposure to elevate or revitalize their careers. A perfect example is Jennifer Coolidge, who went from a familiar face to an industry favorite after her role in The White Lotus. But this doesn't work for everyone. For experienced actors like Jason Isaacs or Walton Goggins, who already have established careers, it's hard to imagine their future offers increasing just because of an appearance on this show. And in a completely different case, a global star like Lalisa Manoval, known as Lisa from Blackpink, would have likely negotiated a much higher salary because of her massive fan following. So what's the problem with equal pay? Well, according to casting director Meredith Tucker, our series regulars are pretty much doing this for scale. For those who don't know, scale means the minimum wage allowed by union rules. And here's the thing. With 17 regular cast members in the final episode of Season 3, each making $40,000 an episode, this approach actually keeps costs low for HBO while making them look fair and ethical. But is it really fair? That's the big question. On one hand, it does ensure that every actor is treated equally, which avoids on-set conflicts over pay disparities. But on the other, it's also a way for producers to depress wages while claiming to promote fairness.
Can I just be rich for 5 fucking minutes?
Compared to other shows, this pay model is unusual. Regulars on 1-hour shows can make between $5,029 and $6,562 per week minimum, depending on their number of appearances. So $40,000 per episode might sound like a lot, until you realize the show has a massive cast, and the budget per episode is still relatively modest. HBO claims this system is about fairness, but there's a clear business advantage. Keeping everyone at the same pay rate avoids costly negotiations and ensures a predictable budget. And because The White Lotus became a surprise hit, HBO can now leverage its success without increasing pay. Critics argue this is an example of weaponized fairness, where the idea of equality is used to justify paying everyone less. They point out that producers are the ones framing this as a good thing, while actors who might disagree can't speak out without risking their careers.
And I'm just happy to be at the table.
But defenders argue that the White Lotus operates on thin margins, with an ensemble cast, long on-location shoots, and moderate viewership. From a business perspective, it might be necessary to keep the budget under control. So what do you think? Is this equal pay approach at the White Lotus a positive, forward-thinking system, or is it just another way for producers to cut costs? Are these actors being treated fairly, or are they being taken advantage of? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments below. And to stay updated on future videos, don't forget to subscribe.